Well, hi everybody. How are you? I hope you're well, and most importantly, I hope you can hear me okay. If you could do the usual for me and just stick a Y in the box just to let me know that you can hear me all right, that would be a great help. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, thanks for giving some time up. I know a lot of you at the end of your Father's Day. I'm probably the most unpopular person today because, needless to say, I've managed to upset the wife. I felt I had to get back onto this. We had a glitch, and Mike's recording that we lost due to a lightning strike. And quite clearly, a lot of people wanted to see what was going on. We couldn't post the recording out, which would have made life an awful lot easier. And therefore, I felt I had to get back on and clear a couple of hours very quickly because I think this is an opportunity that you guys just need to see. And secondly, that I know you've got a lot of people that are asking you about it, and you can't give them the information. There's nothing more frustrating from that. So I felt it was my responsibility to do that. So thank you for giving up some time to be here. I would say it's going to be a 15-minute, half an hour run. It isn't. It's probably going to be an hour and a quarter, but it's probably one of the most valuable hour and a quarters. I know we've got some people here that were on Friday's webinar, and what I can tell you guys is that in the year that I've been spending some time focused in building the group and so on, I've never seen a response to a business like this. We had 51 people on the Hangout on Friday, and 42 have got started immediately following what we've shown them. Now they're in multiple businesses, some just in banners brokers, some in several, but 31 of you, 32, 33 and so on as the time goes up, have taken time to get here today. So thank you for that. Great to see that you can hear me, which is really good. This is going to be very much for those of you that were on here on Friday, a bit of a repetition on the slides that we went through, but hopefully it's going to do you some good. Hopefully you've asked other people to come in and take a look as well, and we are hopefully going to make sure that that recording is safe and sound and posted out to you so that you can drop in and pass it on to other people as well. I'm delighted to say, and I think I'm waiting for him to arrive, that Mike, one of the founder members of Leaf, who sits on the board of advisors with the company, has also made a huge effort to clear his day, and I'm sure he's not very popular, but to get back with us today in case you guys have got some questions that you'd like answering. So thank you to him. I'm not sure if you can hear me at the moment, but Mike, let me know if you're about. He was going to be logging in, and you may see that I'm probably signed in as him at the moment because I've been using the Pure Leverage and other bits and pieces such as the Google Hangouts for these sort of broadcasts. Mike's just arriving, I believe, so we'll introduce him to you in a moment. I'll quickly flick down the list, see who we've got. Are you there, Mike?
Hey, Lee, this is Mike. I came in under another name, so I'm going to promote me and log off here real quick.
Okay, no problem. We'll see in a second. That's all good. Guys, who we got here? What, Angela Cunningham. Goodness me, Angela, you're up in the middle of the night. What's going on? I have sent you a message this morning, so do look at your emails about us getting together and sorting out some other bits for you. Hi, Angela, all the way from Australia. Anna, good to see you here from Huntingdon. Ashley Marshall, Brian Monaghan. Hi, Brian. Christopher Banks, Stella Martin, David Husky, Dennis Roberts. Hi, Dennis. Dion, Eddie, Gail, Gary Trotman. Hi, Gary. Nice to see you here. Hitesh, Joanne, Johan. Wow, Johan, you're up. I'm not sure what the time is with you actually, but it must be getting on. Great to see you here, buddy. John Lyons, welcome. Junaid, Keith Lambert. Hi, Keith. Laura, you've made it. Fantastic. Guys, I'm just blown away by this again. We've got nearly 40 people on here already following, and all of these are fresh people. It's fantastic, great effort, and congrats to you because that's just awesome. You're going to love what we're going to show you. I can't believe the buzz that's going on at the moment. We're still focusing on BB and PL as always. Got Pure Leverage Hangout tomorrow, and you'll see how that's going to integrate with this really well. Peter Bowers, hi mate. Great chat yesterday. Pete's taking huge action to get this rolling. Got Peter, Ray, Reese. Good to see you, Reese. Rich Green's here. Richard Arblaster as always. Hi, Rich. Sharon, Steve Goodwin.
Hello, Lee. Can you hear me?
I can indeed, Mike.
Okay, we're on our mobile computer here, so we're not overriding you, so I'll be quiet to you, easy.
Okay, thanks. This is Mike, guys. This is, as I've mentioned to you, great to see you here, Mike, and thank you again for taking some time out of your Father's Day today to support this team. They really appreciate it. I certainly do, so I really appreciate you here. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Tom Halbert as always, and the numbers keep going. I will move on, but yeah, guys, great to see you all here. Thanks for taking the time, and let's get cracking because I know some of you are in the middle of your days, and this day is really important to the family. So let's get rolling. So let me grab my screen up, and we'll see what we're going to have a look at. Now, hopefully, if you could just bang a Y in, let me know you can see my screen okay. That would be most useful. Thank you very much. Just wait for those to come through. Brilliant. Okay, that's fantastic. Thanks very much, guys. Well, first of all, welcome to everybody that's here. A lot of familiar names that I saw obviously logging in. Great response, great turnout on a Sunday and on this particular day. So really excited with what we're about to show you. As I've mentioned, Mike is on here with us today, one of the founder members of Leaf. And Leaf is obviously what we're here to present to you. So let's get on with it. Why are we all here today? Well, I think it's fairly self-explanatory. We've been part of the Moneymaker Network group that's growing and growing, and I'm always amazed with the action that people are taking within the group. But quite simply, we're here today to really to look at what we've been doing on an ongoing basis with the business we're already in, and obviously for the same reasons. And most of those reasons are pretty much consistent with the businesses that we're in. We're looking to either change our lives, achieve some financial freedom, quit the day job, the job slaying action of really being able to get back our time freedom and do what we want to do when we want to do it. Some of us are looking at supplementing that income that's already coming in, maybe helping somebody else. And I know we've got a number of our team members that really are taking massive strides to help other people change their lives, which is just fantastic. It's really what this is all about. And what I will say to you on that note is that, guys, some of the businesses that we're in have got more complicated as time's gone on. They're not as simple as they were. I can assure you of what we're about to present to you is very, very simple. So please think carefully when you're going to help other people and talk to them and encourage them to get into a business, and make sure that they are going to be able to do it. And this is one of the things that I love about Leaf. In that, some people, I've got my father-in-law involved in a couple of businesses, and he's no computer genius by any means, and Leaf is perfect for him because it means he hasn't got to get into the intricacies of what's going on in the online world. But just bear that in mind. And as it says at the bottom, extra cash maybe is just something that you're looking to create in order to make life just a little bit easier on top of keeping your job that you may very well enjoy. What I'm going to tell you is it is a rare opportunity. These things that we're going to look at now come along once in a blue moon. They really do. And I know, apologies for some of you who are on Friday, but what I really must do is emphasize that, I get to see a lot of business opportunities that are presented to me daily. And the majority of them are non-sustainable. They are businesses that when you look at the financials of how they're structured initially, there's no way that they can sustain the model going forward. Mike, I don't know whether you've got your mic on. I'm getting a little bit of feedback at the moment. If you could just mute yourself for the moment. It might be you, it might be somewhere else. I think everybody else is muted. That would be great. We'll try that and see if that improves things. Thank you. This business here, as far as looking at the financials, how they've got themselves structured and organized, quite simply, is absolutely on the button. I'm going to go through it, but I'm going to tell you obviously the key qualities to it. But there've been a number of businesses, and I've mentioned one or two on Friday. Hourly rev share is one that when I looked at that initially, and there's a lot of people, a lot of our Moneymaker Network members have got into that. And it just wasn't going to be sustainable in the way that they were running the business model, which is why I didn't bring it to the group. Everybody was telling me, "Oh, Leeds is fantastic, and it's the best thing since sliced bread, and we're going to be making a fortune." I can't bring that to you if I've got any doubts whatsoever, and the maths just didn't make sense. And I've seen those time and time again as the last probably 9, 10 months have evolved with the groups that we set up now, and the Moneymaker group as it's evolved. This is very different. And I know a lot of you know me and know that I don't get too excited quickly about things, and this has just whet my appetite beyond belief. And I can see by the uptake of people that you guys are feeling the same. It is the right time. What do I mean by that? Well, quite simply, if you could have turned the clock back, a lot of you have been banners broken, you could have turned the clock back 2.5 years and got involved in BB at the early stages. Those people, we now know them as the BB millionaires. Peter Bowers is on here this evening. Hi, Peter. If we could have just switched that clock back, wow, getting in early on the ground level of a company like this is the key thing. And we've seen it in so many of these phenomenal businesses. The people that are in right at the outset, taking huge action, getting on with it. And when I say huge action, it doesn't mean you've got a lot of work to do. It just means getting in, putting your money in and getting started quickly are the people that we then look at in 18 months, 2 years time who have made an absolute fortune. Now, I can't promise that, but what I'm saying to you is the pattern is consistent right the way through. We can talk about Zeek Rewards. We can talk about a lot of companies that you've been able to get in at the early doors and suddenly found yourself in a position that is just absolutely staggering. So you're at the right time. Mike's going to talk to you a little bit about that. It's sustainable. I'm not going to dwell on that, but I'm going to show you how. And we're going to look at some numbers which will be private. But again, I've got permission from somebody to actually show you how you can make money on a daily basis, exactly how it's going to work, and how you set yourself at the position that you want to be at within this business. There's a great product. Again, just take my word for it. We're going to show you it, so I'm not going to dwell on this slide. There's massive earning potential, and when I mean massive, I am talking massive. If you're excited about what's gone on in Banners Broker and other businesses that you're in, I genuinely believe that they will be almost insignificant if you can get started at this in the right way and now. Because this, I believe, is going to just be enormous. Anyone can do it. That was key for me to bring it to you. It's got to be simple. It's got to be something that is easy to follow, that takes 15 minutes, half an hour a day, that is not overly complicated. So you're appealing to a mass market, to anybody that can physically turn on a phone, a tablet, or a computer. And that was key, that one of the major tick boxes that I had to fill in order to be able to bring it to the group. It's compliant. And Mike will tell you, this company are anal about compliance. They are absolutely down the line, and they will jump all over you if you're doing things untoward. Now, I'm going to help you to ensure that you stay on that right path. That doesn't mean that we can't market the business. It just means that you can't make the claims that aren't true. And any business that isn't compliant and doesn't stamp all over people, I don't want to be involved in. We've got to make sure that we sit on the right side of legislation. We all conduct our business properly, and I can assure you there's nothing in here that will prevent us from growing this business exponentially. It pays currently twice a month. It pays on the 2nd and 4th Friday. And Mike's got some great news for you, that the company, I'm going to give you just a little bit of enticement at this stage. They are going to be moving to paying daily. Do any of you know a business out there at the moment that will allow you to get paid every single day? We'll come back to that very shortly. You are going to love it. Whether you've seen it, whether you've heard some rumours, whether you've been told about it by somebody else, you are going to love what we're about to show you, and I am going to be your favourite person. If I'm not already, which I hope I am, but you are going to want to give me a huge hug at the end of this, just really for making you get here on Father's Day, if nothing else. So what I need you to do now is quite simply, I need you to sit back and open your mind. Listen to what we're both going to tell you. I don't want you to sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about taking it all in. All you've got to understand is the very basics of what you need to do on a daily basis and how you need to get started. We'll fill in the blanks with training and other stuff, and you can use the group, ask me questions, do whatever you want, but don't worry about getting it and getting it all immediately. It's quite straightforward. There isn't a lot to get, to be honest with you. But if you've got questions, we're going to do a Q&A session at the end. Try and save them up because it just gives me hundreds to plough back through as we go through. Write them down, and when we get to Q&A, punch them in, and Mike and I will deal with those. The best bit is at the end. I promise you we've got some phenomenal stuff, some free things I'm going to give away. So please stay with us and we'll get cracking. Okay, are you ready? Well, I hope you are. I've built it up sufficiently. I'm not going to let you down. I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't fantastic. So let's get on with it. What are we here to look at? Well, we're here to look at a company called Leaf, a breakthrough marketing opportunity in a social network that connects business and life. And where we're at today is going to evolve. That's not a bad thing. Don't worry that things are going to change dramatically. There's going to be some changes to the website. Mike will probably touch base on that just to make everything integrated. There's 2 different websites at the moment and they're all going to be pulled into one. But there's some phenomenal things that Leaf have got in store that are just going to make things better and better. So that's what we're here to talk about. Great name as well. I love it, Leaf. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so simple. It's a social network, as I said, that connects business and life. It's a global opportunity. It's been launched now in 150 countries. They did a lot of pre-launch testing. They've ironed out all the creases, and that's what I love about the company. They're not launching half-cocked. It's been thought through. It's completely organized, and you'll see that when we start to look at the website. As you can see, the online advertising industry, $100 billion industry. I'll go into a couple of slides and just touch base on Google very shortly. But it's a phenomenal market, and that's where Leaf has placed itself. It's in the online advertising world. It's about revenue share. Where you earn your money is in 5 different ways. We'll touch on that as well. But the key way that you earn your money very simply is by getting daily advertising rebates paid to you, and that you can then put back into the business every single 24 hours. We'll show you that very shortly. And Leaf donates a lot of money to charitable organisations. I know a lot of people are focused on that, but again, we'll talk about that further down the line. It has products that work, as it says here, products that are going to last, and products that are focused on the future. I've alluded to some of the new things that are going to be coming in, and there's a list of the various streams that will be parceled up once everything has actually been launched within Leaf, and we're still very early days at the moment, so you're right in at the perfect time. Google, you've seen this slide before. Just in case of any of you that are here and obviously are not aware of how big the online advertising industry is, it's absolutely huge. Here you can see in 2011, 90% of all Google's revenue came from their online advertising, such as AdWords and so on. And you can see the split here. That's nearly $40 billion they made in 2011. And you can see where, that's broken down where some of that came from. Retailers obviously are spending money online. It's where all of the business is being done. People aren't spending money in yellow pages, on large roadside billboard signage, because it's not quantifiable. You can't establish how much money you're getting back, how many people are contacting you, because there's no way of tracking it. What you can do with online advertising is have transparency. You can see where people are coming from and how they're getting to your business, and it's what makes sense because you know exactly what your cost of acquisition is, how much it's cost you to get a customer to spend money with you. It's the laptop lifestyle. This is where we want to be. This is where, if you want, not for everybody, but certainly for me, I've got the opportunity to really be anywhere in the world working on a laptop. My long-term goal, I can tell you, is to have a boat and actually to do most of this on the back of the boat, enjoying the sunshine. That's my, I always have a target in life, and that's where I want to be. And I'm not quite there yet. I've actually achieved my financial freedom. I work online every day. I can do what I want. I'm a bit of a workaholic. Drives my wife insane because obviously I've now got the choice of enjoying the sunshine here in California, but I spend most of my time glued to trying to develop these things and strategies for all of us in the group. Right, let's get to the nitty gritty. There are 5 ways to earn with Leaf. There's the advertising rebate of earning up to 4% daily. And that is up to 4%. We're going to show you exactly how that works. There's sales commissions. You get paid commissions from people joining your team down 3 levels. We're going to show you that as well, and that's absolutely huge. And you'll find how that actually adds into your business and helps you grow the business phenomenally. We'll take a close look at. There's a 3x9 matrix, there's a matrix bonus pool, and there is a matrix infinity bonus. Don't worry about any of those. They make no sense to you at all at the moment. As I said, don't sweat the small stuff. This will all fall into place really easily. Start earning with Leaf. Okay, well, let's just take a look. First thing that you're going to need to do is at the end of this, you're going to need to become an associate. There are 2 associate ways to sign up. There's $48, and please don't do that unless you absolutely need to. And I'm going to explain to you why in more detail. Or there's $148. That's an annual admin fee. That's not putting money in for you to generate ad revenue against. That's simply to get the business set up, to get up and running. And there is a great early bird special at the moment with the 148 which Leaf has put in play. We don't know how long it's going to last, but with the uptake of membership at the moment, I don't think it's going to be there very long. That's not a sales pitch. It's just a fact. We talked about this on Friday. There's no reason for them to give things away when they're getting such a phenomenal uptake in people starting in this business. There's a one-time setup fee of $12.95 to set up your e-wallet. That's phenomenal. These guys are organized. $12.95 gets you your e-wallet set up and a direct debit card already triggered and sent to you to your home address that you will simply be loading your revenue straight onto on a daily basis once it's launched, and at the moment twice a month. You will need to purchase a monthly builder package for either $20, $60 or $120. We'll come back to that as well. Just go with the flow on that. You'll need to structure, you'll see within those builder packages you'll have ad campaigns, and all will become clear on that. And then once you've got that set up, you are there. You then simply need to make a decision on how much advertising, what amount of money you're going to put into this business to earn your daily advertising rebate on. And it's that you create your direct revenue from. There's no limit. I say there is no limit. There's a contradiction. Your limit is $10,000. I've got a great incentive at the end for some of you who want to jump in the right way. Don't limit yourself. You can start for as little as you can see on there as 1 cent and as much as 10,000. And let me tell you, some of the people that have jumped in now, there's some significant sums being placed. So that'll tell you something of what we're about to see. Your daily requirements, what you're going to need to do, and I'm not going to dwell on this because we're going to show you exactly, you're going to need to view and star rate 20 websites. Very simple. I've done this task myself. It takes about 16 minutes. Mike's much quicker than I am. I think his record is about 13, but we talked about that again on Friday. So we're going to show you exactly what you need to do. And when you see that, you're going to think, if that's all I've got to do on this business, I want to be part of it. You have to advance review 3 of those 20 websites. So you're going to do a standard review on 17, advanced review on 3, and you've then got to place a free ad somewhere online. We're going to show you how to do that. Really, really simple, and that's part of those 15 minutes. All it's going to take every day. And you're going to realize how important it is for you to do this. This is what we call social web optimization, or SWOing. That's going to be your new favorite word. I've SWOed today. I've covered the time, so let's see how it works. So turn your volumes up, guys. I'm just going to show you a quick video presentation, show you exactly how it works, and hopefully if there's any feedback, just put a note in the box, the chat box, to tell me you're getting feedback. I've got some speakers in for better volume. I just want to make sure you're not getting any delay on those. So if there is, do let me know.
In this training video, we're going to talk about the required activities for Leaf Associates to earn their advertising rebate. Now, when you log into your associate back office, it'll take you to your home page, and you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a red box with red X's. Clearly, this associate is not yet qualified to earn a rebate. What you need to do is you need to click this button up here that says SWO. It's that circular arrow button that says SWO. Go ahead and click that now. It'll take you to your Social Web Optimizer, or we call it the SWO, dashboard. From the dashboard, you'll need to click the green circular button again. If you hover over it, it'll say Go SWO, and when you click it, the system will display 6 websites for your viewing pleasure. Now, I've gone skydiving before, and what jumps out to me is this Pacific Skydive website, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to view this website. Now, as I'm viewing the website, it's going to trigger a timer. That timer, you'll note here in the top center, is a leaf, and you'll see that leaf is filling in with light green. Once the leaf is filled in, 20 seconds will have elapsed, and you can move on to the next website. Now, over here on the left side, you'll notice there's a series of dots and dashes. It starts with 20 dots. As you view websites, it's a counter. It keeps track. The 3 dashes are the counter for your advanced reviews. Now, once the 20 seconds has elapsed, you need to provide a star rating. So if you click over here on the stars, and it'll bring down a drop-down menu ranging from poor, fair, good, very good, and outstanding. I think that's a very good website. You go ahead and leave them a star rating. Next, you'll come up here and hit the Go SWO button again on the upper right-hand corner, and the system will display 6 additional websites for your viewing pleasure. Now, I'm going to come down here. Looks like this is interesting. Hyperlight looks like it's a wakeboarding website. Let's learn about that one. I'll bring it up. The system will take me to their website. Once again, the leaf in the center is going to start the timer. You'll notice that that leaf is going to fill in with lime green. The counter is ticked off another website view. Once again, you need to view 20 websites for 20 seconds. Once the leaf is filled in, you're going to give this website a star rating. Now, in this particular case, I'm going to give this an outstanding website rating. I think that's a great-looking website. And I'm going to now take you and show you how to do your advanced reviews. You'll notice there's an A right here. When you click or hover over the A, it says Advanced Review. And when you click on it, it'll bring an interface where you're going to give them a little bit of information about you. And you're also going to give the system information about their website. So there's going to be a series of questions on functionality and ease of use. Go ahead and be honest. Give this website owner valid feedback on how you think their website looks. Is it informative? Is the pricing better than competitors? What's the look and feel of the website? What is your experience? Okay, how would you rate the overall website experience? And would you recommend this particular website to others? And then lastly, on the bottom, you're going to go ahead and click that green button to provide that website owner their review. Once the system takes that, it says, thank you, we value your input. Now you can move forward, hit the lime green button, hit the Go SWO button again, and the system will deal up 6 additional websites. So folks, that's how we do the website views. Keep track of your counter over there. You need to view 20 websites, provide 20 star ratings, do 3 advanced reviews. The counter here that has the dashes, it won't display any dashes or dots when you're all done. And then next we're going to talk about how to go online to place your referral ad. Now, to place your online ad to drive traffic to Leaf, you need to come over to the upper left-hand corner, hover over the Return to Distributor link, and click on it. That'll take you back to your associate back office. Go ahead and click that now. Now, assuming you did your activity, you viewed 20 websites and gave 20 star ratings and completed your advanced reviews, you'll notice there's going to be some green check marks here that indicates that you've completed your site views and your star ratings and your advanced reviews. But notice there's a red X because you have not placed your online ad placement. How you do that is you go to the left side over here and click on the marketing button. Go ahead and click that now, marketing. Now, at the top of your screen, you're going to hit this button that says Approved Daily Ads, and you can scroll down and you can see there are 5 different text ads. There's also some banner ads. I like to do the text ads, and if you hover over one of them, you can simply copy this particular ad as an example. So right-click and copy that. And then you need to go to an online advertising website such as Facebook, AdPost, classifiedads.com. There's lots of them where you can go out there and paste your ads. Most of them are free. So I'm going to go take you through that right now. Now, one of my favorite free online advertising websites is adpost.com. Go to adpost.com. You can go to Facebook, Classified Giant, classifiedads.com, or any one of the other free portals. I like adpost.com. The first thing you need to do is select the country in which you're going to advertise. I'm going to select, just for kicks, I'm going to select Canada. Now, if you haven't set up an account yet, you need to come up here and hit the login or register. So if you're a first-time user, you need to set up an account by clicking this button right here that says Register Now. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and you'll need to do this every time. Now, once you're logged in, you'll click this button right here at the top that says Post a Free Ad. So I click that button. I then come down here to a section. Now, I'm going to post a business opportunity ad because I'm trying to build my Leaf business. Okay? I'm going to do a quick post because I want it to be simple. The category is going to be, for instance, home-based. The caption header I am offering, and I'm going to put Join Leaf as a header. You can put whatever caption you want. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste the ad that I copied. Now make sure, you'll notice here where it says username, that you put your username after the /. So right here you'll need to edit this particular section and put in your username. Now once that's done, you'll go ahead and preview your ad by clicking this button down here. Okay? Looks like the ad looks good. Join Leaf. Make sure again your username is proper there, and then go ahead and put post ad. Once the ad is posted, you'll come down here and you'll view your ad. You hit view ad. There's the ad right there. Make sure you come up here and you copy the URL in the address bar. So you need to highlight that and right click, copy it. Now you're going to go back to Leaf, and you're going to paste that URL in the appropriate place. So going back to your back office, again, clicking on Marketing and then clicking on Submit Daily Ads, you'll come down here and you'll tell the system, where did you paste your ad? Well, it was a classified ad, and then right here where it says Online Ad URL, I'm going to right-click and paste the URL. I'm going to come down here. It's optional to put comments. You don't need to. But I happen to advertise at adpost.com, and I'm going to hit Submit Form. Now, once you do that, you're done with your required activity, and you can now earn an advertising rebate. Let's go back to your home page. Click on the home page. And when you get back to your home page, you'll notice in the upper right-hand quadrant, everything is green. Your site views are done. Your star ratings are done. Your advanced reviews are done. And your ad placement is finished. You are good to go for today's advertising rebate. Hopefully this video was helpful. Good luck.
There we go. So hopefully that...
In this training video,
oh, we don't want to start that one again. Let me just drop out of that. So hopefully that was fairly clear. What couldn't be more simple than that. Now, don't worry about not getting it completely. The scenario, quite simply, is, let me just recap over that. You're viewing or having to view 20 websites and give them a star rating. It takes 20 seconds for each one every single day. You then give 3 sites a 3-star rating. A star rating, not a 3-star rating. So you're selecting 3 of those sites to give them an advanced rating. And obviously you're going to give them feedback as you saw it being done on screen. And then finally, you have to place 1 advert per day, and it can be in many, many different places. Don't worry about that. That's what our Moneymaker Network group's there. Everybody will help one another out of easy ways to do that. But do think about that, because you're promoting the business. It wants to go in a place that's going to help you. So work out where the best place to do it is. It could be on Facebook, it could be in AdPost, as you just seen, and so on. Guys, that is so simple. That is what you need to do to qualify for your daily ad revenue every day. And we laughed about this the other day, because when you start to see the numbers that I'm going to show you very shortly, you'll realize how critical it's going to be. I was talking to Julia Rogers this morning, who just got back from Turkey, and she said she loves her holidays. What is she going to do? She's now going to have to decide that if she's going to go out on a boat for a day, she's got to get back to the mainland to be able to swow. She's talking about, taking polythene bags to put her mobile phone in and swimming to the shore. I mean, it's going to get that serious that when you see the numbers that we're talking about and how quickly this business can grow, you will have to make your daily priority getting your SWO done, getting those website reviews completed, or you're going to kick yourself, because when the numbers are not $50 but they're $500 or $5,000 that you need, and you only get it if you do your daily activity. If you don't do it, that money is not available to you. So let me make that totally clear. Now, Mike is here. I'm going to repeat for those of you joining late. And again, I can't believe the turnout, guys. The numbers are still coming in. Just quite staggering on Father's Day. So thank you to everybody. We're now back over 50 odd, almost more than we had on Friday. Mike's here. Mike is one of the founder members of Leaf. He sits on the board of advisors with the company. We're very privileged to have him here. Welcome back, Mike. And Mike is going to take us into having a look, and he's very kindly allowed us to take a look and show us around his back office. I hand it over to you, Mike. Can you hear me okay?
Sorry, I had the wrong button.
That's all right. You can hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I need to change presenter and pass it over to you?
Yes, if you also maybe mute you because we're getting some feedback. I'm on a phone on this one.
No problem. I shall do that.
Okay, can you hear me all right? If you guys leave, you can watch the chat. I need to be made the presenter. Okay.
I've got you there. I'm just changing presenter.
Can you make me the presenter,
just do it.
So they can see my screen? Just click on my name and there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to real quickly. I know this is a Sunday, and I appreciate everyone's time coming here. A little bit real quick about myself. I got involved with business opportunities. I was involved with them for several years. But quite honestly, the last 5, I have not touched one. I kind of made an oath to myself that I would never get involved again with one, quite honestly. And I have been involved. I created a marketing company, and I work with small to medium-sized businesses all over the U.S., Canada, and a few other countries, but mostly focused in the U.S., small to medium-sized businesses. And I do website design, ranking them on the first page, creating traffic for them, mobile apps, the whole shebang, as they say, the whole niche to help a business grab web presence, as that's become critical for businesses. And that's what got me so interested in Leaf, because the first one I was involved, shown it, I was just curious of what the competition was doing. I looked at Leaf's competition. And then when I saw the model and the products and services, I got really excited. And I would encourage you, if you have a pen and paper, to jot this down. It's the Leaf IDS. It's the income disclosure statement. It's www.leafids.com. After you get off the Leaf's webinar, go check it out. Don't let no one tell you what is possible here, what's not possible. Let Leaf tell you. And that's one of the compliance requirements in the United States. And when you look at the income disclosure statement, the numbers speak for themselves. It's quite amazing, quite honestly. And so do check that out. Anyway, that's what got me excited with Leaf, and the more I did my due diligence, the more I became involved, and I actually put my marketing company on hold, and using my teams, my staff, and my infrastructure from my marketing company to help our team out. So that's a little bit about my background. I think it's important because I work with small and medium-sized businesses every day for the last 5 years. They're very demanding people. They know what they want. They don't care about traffic. They don't care about clicks. All they care about is cash register. What does it generate in sales? And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. You have to have quality traffic. And when you're looking at any business, brick and mortar, virtual, whatever, you got to look at the shelf life, as I call it, the longevity. If I was to go to the bookstore today, it probably would not do very well because of the Kindle ebooks. Well, when I looked at Leaf and their model here, it has a real product. There's a lot of companies out there who kind of, you can't really see the product. You don't know if it's delivering quality service or value to the end user. In this case, it's businesses. If it's not delivering end value to the end user, it's going to be a very difficult run. And that's, so if you can see my screen here, I'd like to just take a minute here. This is the Leaf dashboard as you saw in the recent video here just a few moments ago. But a couple of things here I want to explain. This is a regular business would see the same dashboard. You'll notice here on my campaigns today, I've had 853 displays. My campaigns have been shown to people 853 times. 111 people or visitors have clicked on it. 111 people have star rated it. 20 people have done the advanced review. And you can see over the week and the period, so a business owner can see their advertising, where it's going, the ROI, what is it doing for them, how can they tweak it, just like a typical pay-per-click model, and that's a proven model for the last 15 years. I'll look at one of the businesses here I put in it, Everest Restaurant. They can click on and drill down, as they say. Here you can see I have remaining today at $10.85 remaining on that campaign. It's had 73 views, 290 times it's actually had the opportunity for someone to click on it. 73 times people have clicked on it. One person has actually bookmarked it for whatever reason. They like the restaurant. Maybe they're going to visit that area and they want to check out the restaurant. It's a tourist area. It's got a star rating of 3.1. 8 people have reviewed on it. Now, as a business owner, I can actually click the reviews, go here, and see what the people have said. Any comments? You can actually go here and click on this, for example. Clear, easy to use, functional, looked okay, better. And it gives the business owner, and that's just an example, if they were doing a special promotion, they can customize that. They get real traffic reports. So this is what I mean by delivering value to the end user. And that's important at the end of the day. While the money is important, what we're going to earn, it's important for the longevity when you're looking at something. Is it going to be around for a long time? And that's what struck me with Leaf, the model. They're also coming out with several other tools for businesses. I'm sure everyone has heard of Groupon in social living, where they're coming out with their own advertising network, where business owners are going to be able to advertise deals of the day. If you know anything about Groupon, you know they take a lot of money from the business owners. 50% of they have to discount it. Leaf is coming up with a real nice plan for their advertising network for the coupons that's going to attract tons of businesses to use the advertising network, which is going to be tied to the SWO. Kind of like Facebook meeting Groupon. Think of the potential there. And the SWO is its own search engine. So you got a search engine, i.e. Google, with social interaction, the Facebook aspect, meaning a Groupon network through the fastest growing platforms for businesses today to get internet exposure. And there's nobody, no matter what company you look at out there, and I've seen people contacting me for the last 3 years on every opportunity and everything possible under the sun, nobody is doing anything like this. And at the end of the day, it's not the money so much, it's the product and service that must be there first. And that's what's exciting about Leaf. And of course, the other exciting part is, I'm sure Leaf will say, is the money. And I'll show you right here, this is my back office, so there's no just concern. I started out, as you can see right here, $1,000. I put in, here's my $12.95, and Lee will go over the monthly packages he did. I happen to take the $60 monthly package. There's a 5% processing fee, which Lee covers here in his webinar. So you see exactly what I started with. My earnings, now going on, I guess, 67 days. Leaf actually started SWOing, allowing users to SWO April 5th, and we earned our first rebate April 6th. I've earned $41,000. from rebate. Now, this is unusual high. I'm above the average 1.5. But I have people who have made enormous amounts swowing, and they came in with 5,000, 3,500, and they built their teams up other ways. And Lee's going to cover all of this. Anybody can make money, and all you have to do is log in and swow. It's ridiculously easy. At 11:01, you can see right up here in 8 hours, 14 minutes, 48 seconds. That's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will reset. I've always told it by 11:10, I'm in there in the evening, and by 11:23, I'm done. It takes me 13 and a half minutes. Now, last night it took me a half hour because I found a very cool website in there that had some camping gear, and I live in the area where I like to go camping, and I bought something from them. So it does deliver sales to the businesses, and it's growing in views and users. So it really does help businesses, and that's important at the end of the day. But my money here, and you can break it down here. This is from my team. I've made $13,622. From my rebate, I've made $27,000. I have been paid now. When I mean paid, I've done a cash out, withdrawn money, 4 times. Yesterday was a cash out day where it was actually deposited. On a Tuesday afternoon by noon, Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday of the same week, you must have submitted your cash out for any qualified funds you want to withdraw. And by Friday morning, when you wake up, it will be on your card. You can go use your card down at the store, just like a regular credit card or a debit card. You can go to an ATM machine. I live in a small rural area in Illinois area, and there's actual their machine is a town over. So near me, I'm sure it's worldwide. So you can go there or any ATM machine and pay a small fee, or you can actually transfer the money right into your checking account from the card for a small nominal fee of I think it's a couple bucks. So you have there's no limit on the money you can withdraw as long as you're qualified for that amount. You can withdraw it. That's totally up to you. One thing I do want to show you real quick is some people, and I on the other webinar, my apologies, I forgot this. Someone asked me a question last night. Well, how does it really help businesses? You know, I don't understand how this is really going to help Mama's Pizza in Chicago. And that was a good question. Let me show you here real quick how it's going to help Mama's Pizza in Chicago or Springfield, Illinois, or London in the UK here. When you go into and create the campaign, say it's a website, the user or the business owner is going to have a couple of options. They're going to be able to use what is called geo-targeting. And this is important. And this is a little geeky, but basically you fill out all the information. But the most important part is right down here. Where do you want your site to be displayed? Do you want everyone in the world to see it? Maybe you have a virtual pharmacy. Yeah, everyone in the world can order your pharmacy. Maybe you only want a country. Let's just say Australia. And there's certain regions in Australia, or states, I believe they call them. And you pick that, and it'll select the states, or in the United States, for example, states. You can go with regions. And you'll see here, and I'm getting a little lag here, so we're a little behind, but regions. Or if you're in Chicago and you're just a small business owner, you can actually pick cities. And you can put like Chicago and the suburbs around Chicago or the surrounding communities around it, because that's where that business. So only the people who are in those areas are actually going to see the website. So it delivers what's called geo-targeting, and that's really important. At the end of the day, there's a couple tools coming out. The web building tool, Leaf is constantly bringing new systems on there. This is like their flagship, the foundation. As anyone knows about building, the house grows on the foundation. This is what they're building their whole business model on, the SWO. But this is just one of the tools. The many tools that they have, they are projecting a long term. They're looking at 5, 10, 15 years. And I'm sure everyone understands internet advertising is going to be around for that long. It's going to be dominant. The compensation plan, someone says, well, how can they sustain this? It's very simple. If you happen to be one of the few lucky people in this world who happen accidentally start up with a small startup company about 10 years ago called Google, and you were a janitor at Google. You got some profit sharing at that time, they call it. And you push that broom around and empty the garbage cans. Today you're a millionaire because you were there at the beginning and they had a thing called profit sharing. And Google made a lot of money. Am I saying Leaf is going to do that? You're here at the beginning. So that's how they are able to sustain it. Revenue sharing. You're sharing in the revenue. Not only the few at the top, the CEOs are getting it in a revenue, it's profit sharing. Are you going to get 1.5 every day? No. You might tomorrow get 1.39, 1.42, 1.5, 48. It's going to fluctuate. That's how they sustain it. It's revenue sharing. They share the revenue that comes in. There you go, Mr. Lee.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you for that, Mike. Well done. Sorry, guys. Just me probably and my lack of abilities with GoToMeeting, so apologies for that. Well, hopefully, you've seen Mike's taking you through the calculator demonstration. We've got some slides here that I'm probably going to get Mike to narrate over because he's probably better placed, but this should make a little bit of sense to you. Before I do that, what I just wanted to say first of all is some key things here. First of all, you're getting paid 1.5% daily ad revenue for just doing those specific tasks. So you are able to change that, and we'll go through some of the slides to show you what you need to do to be able to earn 2.2% or up to 3% or up to 4%, and it really isn't very much. I can assure you that certainly with my help with the systems that we do and work with other businesses, you will all be able to move through comfortably to that manager's position at 2.2. So that's quite straightforward. Hopefully Mike can still hear me. I think we have him still with us. So we're just going to go through a couple of slides here. I'll probably keep quiet for some of this, but just bring this up for Mike. And Mike will just show you and ask me to flick through these slides ahead of you and just see how things change with regards to your advertising rebate and what falls into place and where.
Okay, what we have here is replacing $1,000 in advertising campaign. You have to apply it. I'm getting some feedback that I believe that might cause some problems for your folks. But anyway, you apply the $1,000, and once you apply that $1,000 to a campaign, you purchase your advertising. It sits in your back office. But once you apply it to a campaign, which is easy, you just click a button. Then it goes into your advertising rebate. And your advertising rebate value, or what's called your ARV, is actually what you earn your rebate on. And you can earn up to 1.5%, like I said, for 90 days. The most important thing is here, you purchase your advertising, but then you apply it. I guess if you're in BB, you apply it to a campaign. I'm a BB associate. It's a little more complicated, obviously, in BB. Some people really find it challenging with the new model, and it's a little bit confusing. Leaf, it's real simple. You have $100, and you can apply it to website 1 or website 2, or $50 here, $50 there, and you log out, you're done. It's literally simple. Once you do that, you're off and you're swelling. It's that simple. So, and as I said, just go ahead and leave with a couple more. You apply it there. In this example, George, my hypothetical character here, he swells his first day. Now, he goes into the second day, wow, earned $15. He can either apply to purchase, or if you will say roll over in Banner's broker's terms, and purchase more advertising, which you probably will till you reach your goal, and they'll continue to do that every day. And as you grow your account, you'll continue to do that. And with Lee, say I talk to, Lee talks to me, I come on board, I bring in John. And the person, George, our hypothetical character here, he takes his $1,000, he goes out there and talks to one person who talks to one person. That's all it is. And after 90 days, he decides he's going to take out some of his money and enjoy some of the fruits and labor here. You can still do that and grow your account. You see here $590 after the fourth month, $681. By just talking to one person, over $7,000 just doing that. But if you put a little more effort with Lee's systems and our team systems, maybe you talk to 3 individuals, get a couple of customers, and they just talk to one. using that same $1,000 example here, it changes the picture because of the power of the leaf compensation plan. In this model, George does it for the first 90 days, purchases all of his advertising, repurchases it. But then again, he wants to enjoy some of the fruits of the labor. In this example, fourth month, just shy of $1,000. Fifth month, George is pulling out $1,158. The sixth month, George is pulling just shy of $13,000. At the end of the first year, with just $1,000, pulled out over $13,000. But there's the four different levels there. The manager is the one I show everyone. It's $1,000. You bring in 5 individuals, and Lee will show you how you can actually get that reduced. That changes everything. And you help those 5 find 2. You just help those 5 find 2. It's simple. It is drop dead simple. That changes everything. Fourth month, $1,168. Fifth month, $2,100 almost. Sixth month, $42. But at the end of the first year, because of that 2.2%, over $73,000. And I would encourage you to check out that income disclosure statement because that's really going to paint the picture here. There's a couple of requirements. We're getting some lag, Lee.
Yes, I can see that. Sorry, no, it's my slides are having a fit. I'm not quite sure why, so apologies for that. But yeah, I think that.
Do you want me to go into the requirements, or you want to cover that, or how do you want to?
Yeah, by all means. I think one really good point that would be great for you to cover is just qualification for withdrawal, Mike, which will be brilliant. If you could do that, which I think is important. I'm going to show you guys very shortly exactly what you need to be in order to qualify.
Lee, did I lose you guys?
Just 1 second, Mike. Can you hear me, Mike? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. Sorry. Yeah.
Disconnect.
No, that's all right. No problem. So, if you could possibly just go through the qualification for withdrawal, I'm going to take the guys through.
I sure will.
Exactly what they need to do.
There's a couple of requirements for cash out. One is you have 5 customers. And some people get a little concerned about this, and it's not hard at all. You have to have 5 brick and mortar customers because we are an advertising company. That gives it the sustainability. It helps businesses. And folks, it's not hard to get brick and mortar businesses to do this. I would challenge you to sit back before, if a few of you are a little concerned about that, and think about it. How many of you have kids? Maybe you go down to see your local pediatrician that the kids go see. Or you have a chiropractor or your family physician, an optometrist, a dentist. Maybe you have a pet like I do, veterinarian. Then, of course, you got your car mechanic, your electrician, your plumber, the guy who maybe does your lawn for you or lawn service. And then, of course, you got a guy who fixes your computer, makes it broke. Then you got all hairdressers, the barber salon. And, of course, you go out and eat a few times a week or a month at the local family diner, community cafe, whatever. All those people are advertising in one form or another, or they're all advertising. With Leaf, you have 2 options. You can get them free advertising. You can actually give them free advertising. So you go see the business owner, John. Hey, John, I became a partner with a new social media platform that gives me the ability to give some of my favorite restaurants, some businesses I know, some free advertising. Are you interested? Basically, can you give away $25? That's what it is. You're giving away a $25 bill. At the end of the first month, it's good for 1 month. Now, John, the diner owner, is going to have a couple decisions. He could actually pay for some additional advertising, which he might do some of the time, sees the value. Or if John's on a tight budget, he can actually swell himself a couple times a week. That's all he needs to do, 25 minutes a week, and earn free advertising. There is no other platform out there today in the internet that will allow a business owner to come in and do a few simple tasks and earn free advertising. Sustainability, long term, that delivers value in the product that I was talking about. So finding customers, drop dead simple. Drop dead simple. The other requirement is you need to find one person who does what you do. The rule of thumb is if you do that, you'll have access to 100% of your funds all the time. And looking at it, you are going to grow your account maybe 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, whatever your personal goal is, and I suggest everyone has a goal, you're going to want to grow your Schwallen till you reach a point. So you have plenty of time to find that one person who's doing what you're doing, because you're going to be able to show people every day you are making money. I can't tell you how many times I've been involved in businesses, no matter how I help people, no matter how much the opportunity was sounded great and I believed it would work, so many people didn't make money because it was they had to go out and sell something. They had to go out and just kind of beat the bush, and people don't like doing that. Here you just swell and you make money. I am fascinated. Every night I go to bed, I do my schwo, and I woke up this morning, and there was $623 from me doing 15 minutes of work. Just blows my mind every day. So, Lee, I think that covers it.
It certainly does, Mike. Thank you very much. First class. Guys, don't worry about the customer. Quite simply, everything will fall into place. And the thought of qualification, what we were just talking about there, is actually an ability to withdraw your money. And you need to have 5 companies effectively advertising on your back office. So very straightforward to do. I've got all sorts of ideas for that. The group will have those ideas and share that. That's what the group is about. So don't worry about finding those 5. That's easy. And to find one person to do what you're doing, well, I think you're going to be inundated. And I can assure you that if somebody doesn't want to get involved in recruiting people, we'll find one person for you. So I've got no issues with that at all. Great. Okay. Well, Mike, thank you for that. I'm just going to carry on with some of these slides. This is the income disclosure statement here, guys. I'm going to bring this up on screen. This is what Leaf are prepared to put in black and white, that they expect or would anticipate that people at these different levels will be earning. And you can see here the starter, this is at 1.5% on daily ad revenue. They would expect to receive somewhere in the region of 3,600. A manager, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to become a manager in a moment, they would expect to be receiving around 144,000. An executive member at up to 3% on daily ad revenue. And a senior executive. So, you know, this is what they're stating as what they believe to be, and is part of legal requirement here in the States, of a realistic representation of somebody in those 4 positions. Everybody comes in as a starter at 1.5%, so you can see that it's very, very straightforward, and of course depends on what you come in with as an initial seed amount. So that's hopefully quite clear. So let's start to get into the real nitty-gritty. Let's take a look through. Facts I've covered already. We pay out twice a month at the moment, 2nd and 4th Friday. Money's loaded onto a prepaid debit card. I will go back to questions, so some interesting questions come through about that hopefully Mike will be able to share with us, but we'll do the Q&As at the end. And very, very straightforward from that point of view. As we've just said, withdrawing money, Mike's just covered that. We need to get 5 qualified customers. And in addition to that, you know, you need to be getting one person that's doing exactly what you're doing, as he's already gone over. Now, I wanted to show you this slide. This is what happens the minute that somebody joins you in your business, and I'm going to come into how important it is to make sure that you get back to your inviter at the end of this. Now, I've received a whole host of people joining me and my team, which is fantastic. Thanks to you guys that have done that. And I just wanted to really drop you into the back office, which I'm going to try and do. It just shows you and gives you an idea of how organised this company is, and you can actually relate it to maybe some of the businesses that you're in at the moment. Let me just see if I can drop in and log in. Let's just bring that up. And let's see if I'm still logged in at the moment. Let's go to network. I might have to re-log in. Looks like I have got to. There we go. So hopefully everybody can still see this. Now this is, I'm just going to go on, that Mike did drop into this briefly earlier on, but this is the network. This shows you the people that you've got within your business. Let me just try and move that box out the way and scroll down. And you can see here, these are the people that after Friday, I've got 25 people that have opened accounts with me. And most importantly, you can see, it tells you exactly that these people are customers. These people are committed. They've already paid their money. We've got somebody here shows that they're a starter, so obviously they've yet to go through the process of completing their transaction and so on. Again, customers. Now, the other great thing I like about it is I can simply click on the little envelope to the side here, and I can email that person straight away. So if I want to have a quick conversation, just say, look, see you've done this, see you've got started, I can click on that and send a message straight through to that individual, which I think is really neat. You can see people who've got total transparency. I'm told that somebody's joined, I can go to my network, I can see who it is, I can see how they've joined, where they've got to, and make sure that I can encourage them then to, if they're having any difficulties in signing up or transferring their initial seed money in and so on, I can go through and do that. And I think that's really good. Very quick snapshot at that, but that's within your back office. Let's just drop back to the main slides. So that being said, I've covered that point for you. Let's just move on with the slides. So, the important bit. Here is the best way to get started. Now, this is really important. You've got a couple of options ahead of you, and I appreciate, obviously, it needs to be affordable for everybody. But before I go into those, what I want to tell you is the rules, and the rules are very, very simple. Some of you are here who've been brought into the Moneymaker Network, or brought in to have a look at this and be invited here by somebody else. It is essential that you go back to that person and contact them and tell them you'd like to get started. If they've not got started, you need to give them a kick and tell them that you need to get started. Sign up under who their sponsor or inviter is, but do it that way. Make sure that you go back to them first and you're joining them. That's how this should be done. My ethics are such that, yes, we've got a phenomenal group. You guys have built the group, not me. And it's important that you go back and you refer back to the person that brought you here. If you haven't got somebody and you've come across the group on your own, you're very welcome to join me. I'll give you a link at the end. I always put in 100% support for my team, but as do most of the people within the group. So please make sure these rules are followed. What I want to do is, once you've got in there, all you've then really got to do is, to get started, is open a free account as an associate. It's very straightforward. The group now, a lot of the people within the group have already done that. They'll be able to talk you through. I am taking this, as it says here, this business incredibly seriously. And why wouldn't I, for the amount of money that is here to be earned? I'm going to help and support anybody who obviously wants to do the same. As I've said, you've got to go back to your inviter, but I have made it clear we're not here to hang around. Your inviter has 48 hours to get started themselves. They cannot hold you back from getting started. And if they're decided that they don't want to, or they're unsure or anything like that, then that's fine. You've done your bit, you've gone back to them, and if they do not wish to get started or they're taking too long to do so, then you're quite free to come back, click on my link, or join anybody else, obviously, for that matter. So I'm not prepared to allow people to block other people from getting started or stop them from getting in. I'm more than happy to ensure that everybody goes down the right route. But if somebody doesn't want to do so or is taking too long, then jump on in. Okay. Now, the best way to get started off to a flying start. First of all, you register with a link for a free affiliate account. Then I would recommend highly that you become a Prime Founder Associate for $148. That $148, just to recap, is your annual admin fee. That's not money that you're putting in to earn your daily ad revenue on. What you then do is you select a builder package. Now, this will take you through, if you do it step by step, and I know a lot of people, which made me amused somewhat, were struggling because they weren't reading what was on the screen in front of them. Do it and read the notation on the screen, follow it screen by screen, and it takes you through the process. Your builder package is you selecting a package for the number of websites that you are going to be promoting, and it's either $20, $60, or I think the last one is something like $140. I may be wrong on the third, so don't quote me on that. But you do only need initially, that is a monthly commitment, you only need initially to go with the Builder 1 package. You can move it on after that, it's not a problem, you're not restricted to that. In addition to that, you then need to pay your e-wallet and debit card charge of $12.95. That's a one-off setup fee to set up your e-wallet and to get your debit card triggered so that that payment card where you're going to load your money onto is then on its way to you, normally within a 2-week period. There's a 5% processing fee, and you can see that package to get up and running is $189.35. And it's really important that you go for number 2 there, the Prime Founder, and let me show you why. If you take advantage of the Prime Founder membership at the moment, and I stress at the moment, you only need to find 3 people to get started under you instead of 5, which is the normal requirement, to move from 1.5% as a starter person to a manager's level at 2.2. Now guys, come on, seriously. All you've got to do is find 3 people to start and do what you do on a daily basis to move to 2.2%. Did you see the figures Mike showed you at 2.2% on $1,000? And I'm going to come back to that $1,000 in a moment. Don't worry, I'm not suggesting you have to get started at $1,000. You can start at 1 cent. So don't feel under pressure to find money that you haven't got. I want to talk to you about that in a moment. You can go with a $148 admin fee. You can move up to executive status with just 7 people. Now, I can't believe the response well, I can believe the response that Leaf is getting at the moment. I mean, I've had 25, 26 people join immediately. And, you know, to find 7 people, I believe is achievable for everybody. And that's going to move you from 2.2 to up to 3% daily. Instead of 10. So the advantage of not paying the $48 admin fee and going with $148 is that it reduces the number of people you're going to get on board. Now, if you feel that you're going to absolutely build a phenomenal team and you've got no problems in getting 10 or 15 or whatever it is number of people in there, then great. By all means, go with the 48. You don't need to have that number reduced. But for those of you who may just feel that recruiting people is not the key thing, and I promise you with the sales funnels we're going to be building for this business and making them accessible for everybody, you will be able to get people joining this like you would never believe. There's nothing like this out there at the moment. And people that are in all those other businesses in Power Network, Hourly Rev Share and so on, when they see this, they will be literally jumping all over it. So you've got a huge potential market out there. The alternative, as I've mentioned, is not to go for the 148. Go for the 48. Still select your builder package number 1. Pay the 5% processing fee, and of course, still pay your e-wallet and debit card charge of $12.95. That'll adjust your figure that you've got to pay for now at $84.35. But I must emphasize, please don't think that is your seed money. That is your admin setup for the year. Now, as an incentive, what I've decided to do is I've decided to create an inner circle, a terminology that's not exclusive to me at all. But what I wanted to do was to help people and encourage you to realize what's in front of you, that if you can get to $1,000 plus, please don't be limited to $1,000. I've had 4 or 5 people that have joined me are going in at 4 and 6,000 and so on, because they can see the potential here very, very quickly, especially if they're building a team and getting 3%. Do remember, your daily revenue, and it's daily revenue that you earn, is dependent on your seed money that you have in there. And of course, there is another way that you top that up. And what I must make clear is for every person that joins you, and the incentive to build your team is that you get paid 10% of what their seed money is initially. So somebody joins you, let's say you recommend Peter. Peter comes in with $1,000 for ease of figures. You receive $100 immediately into your account that you can put into your advertising and then start to earn your daily ad revenue. If you had 10 Peters, you've now got an extra $1,000 in your account. You're earning your 1.5 up to 2.2 or 3 or 4% on. So you can start to see the importance of getting lots of people to join you. But of course, if you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. Leaf have made this completely feasible for anybody simply to just get one person doing what you're doing, to be able to check your money out, load it onto your debit card, and of course be paid the 1.5%. So it's entirely up to you where you want to be. Let me just get a slurp of water, guys. My throat's getting a bit dry. I'm getting excited again, I can tell. Now, here's the incentive that I've made for people. If you register as a Prime Founder Associate for $148 and you place a minimum, that should say in there a minimum of $1,000 in advertising on what you're going to be earning your daily ad revenue on, I will create, and we're going to be working on this this week, a free and comprehensive sales funnel which will convert unbelievably well, fully coded. That will be, in other words, if you don't know what the terminology is, a sales funnel, a fully coded website for your business, pre-set up with an autoresponder, pre-written emails with a value of $249. Now, that will be given to you free of charge. I'm also going to create, and for anybody that's linked to me, there will be a 200-click bundle of advertising with a value currently, if you ordered through Easy Traffic at the moment, 200 clicks, it costs $145. So that will be given to you free of charge as well. There have been questions asked, guys, and I'll come on to this in a moment, about people that have gone back and joined other people. Will they still get all of this? Well, the answer is yes, we're still going to give them the sales funnel, but I can't fund personally your advertising at $145 because I'm getting nothing back in return for that. All you're doing is joining somebody 2 or 3 removed. But let's talk about that on a one-to-one basis if you have any questions. There will be a monthly Leaf Inner Circle strategy and team building sessions, and you will also have, in addition to that, access to new marketing initiatives. And I'm delighted to say now you're going to have a team of experts who, one is an SEO expert, which is Mike, who's been on here. He's going to give us access to some of what they're doing at the moment to ensure that Leaf is highly ranked on the first pages of Google and the other big search engines. I obviously specialize in classified marketing. You've got Jeremy, obviously, who does the same, and we have Events in Israel, who specializes in YouTube video, etc. So between us, we've got everything covered, guys. You're in a great place. How much is all that worth? Well, I'm going to leave you to decide exactly for yourself. But the value, I believe, is probably worth more than your initial minimum seed money of $1,000. Guys, there's a lot of questions that have come in. Mike, if we haven't got too much feedback, feel free to unmute yourself, or I can unmute you this end, either which way. I've written some of the questions down, guys, as we've been going through, so I'm going to jump on these pretty quickly. Thanks for putting those in. Let's have a look. Qualifying to withdraw. Well, I think we've covered that, so hopefully that's all there. I will be making this available as a recording, so you'll be able to pick this up, and I'll get that done probably later today and drop that into the Facebook group. 90-day expiry on advertising. Well, I think, again, hopefully we've covered that. Your initial seed money expires after 90 days, but you've made, obviously, plenty of ad revenue based on that 90 days. Mike's analogy of taking an advert out in a newspaper was brilliant. The money's gone, and that's really important because a lot of these other businesses that have been out there that I alluded to earlier on don't take back that initial stake. They leave it in there and they get themselves into financial difficulty. It becomes non-sustainable, and the business then just literally folds around them. How to load money was a question. Well, quite simply, for those in the US and Canada, you can do it direct from your bank accounts. It is slightly more complicated at the moment, but for those of you in the UK, what you need to do is just do a wire transfer. So once you've gone through signing up and becoming an associate, and you've paid for your builder package, as I've already gone through, and you've paid for your setup fee of your e-wallet, you then simply click on money on the left-hand side of your back office and follow the instructions through there. And you can then print off a form, I believe, and you just organize a wire transfer. It's a one-off fee from your bank straight into Leaf, and you are good to go. The plus side to that is, rather than using Pazer or STP, where you're paying 5% loading fee, you've simply got a one-off transaction fee from your bank. I think things will improve and make it easier to load your money straight in as time goes on for those of you that want to put more and more in. But do understand that try and go in with as much as you possibly can to start with, because your percentage is based around your seed money. Bearing in mind you're going to get 10% from everybody that joins you. Please let me just emphasize that and exaggerate it a little bit further. That's not just 10% on their initial stake. As they then put their advertising revenue back in on a daily basis, you're still receiving 10% of that. So imagine their account growing at a rate of 3% or 4%, and they are then using that money again every day. They're growing their advertising revenue, and you're taking a percentage of that to help you grow yours. Absolutely brilliant system. Covered that then, I believe. What happens if you don't view your 20 sites in a day? Well, I think we've made that clear. You don't get your advertising revenue. You can't have it both ways, guys. So it's down to you to make sure you do your swowing every day, and that way you generate your revenue. Mike's just said 11 o'clock at night, he programs his diary. He knows what he's doing 11 o'clock every night. It's down to you to decide when you want to do it. But believe you me, you are going to find a way to do it, because this is going to get very substantial very quickly, and you will find, come heaven or earth, you are going to find a way to swow for 15 minutes when you've got a large sum of money at stake. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Can you outsource the swow? Well, I don't recommend that. What you do personally is entirely up to you. So do it yourself if you can. But if you are going to be climbing Everest, as somebody has put in there, well, I guess you may, if you can't get your cell phone, your Android phone to work up Everest, you might need to ask somebody to do it for you. Any limits, Mike? I don't know whether you can hear us or whether I've got to unmute you, which I can gladly go in and do. Any limits?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Any limits on what you can have loaded onto this debit card, Mike? Is there a capping out?
There is no limit. So if you have, if you're qualified to withdraw $35,000, that cash out, you can withdraw $35,000, $50,000, whatever. There is no limit, whatever you qualify for. There is a limit on the card itself. It's through a bank out by, actually in your state, Lee, California. They do have a daily, like most cards that you have in your wallet or purses, they have a daily limit that you can withdraw cash from an ATM machine. It's $800 a day, but there is no limit that you can have on the card from the company.
That's outstanding. So in other words, guys, as this grows, you've got no limit to what you can put onto your account. $800 a day coming out of ATM, but unlike the limits that we talked about previously in other businesses, there's nothing, no restriction at all. So you've got an opportunity here, guys, that is just mind-blowing. I'm going to help you every step of the way, but it's down to you to take action and get this rolling. But you can grow this to a point which you're here at the right time in the right business, and it's now time to jump in and get rolling with this thing. Let me keep going with the questions. How long would it take to jump to 4%? Well, I think I've answered that. It's down to you. 4% is if you get through to the senior executive level. You just need to make sure that you've got your team beneath you doing what you're doing. And I think some of the marketing that we're going to be doing for this will enable you to do that very, very swiftly. Okay, is it going to be recorded? I've already covered that. Yes, the webinar is recorded. It will be put in our Facebook group. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, please ask to join. Do you need to keep 5 customers every month to get your cash out? Yes, Mike's covered that. You've got to have 5 customers advertising in there.
Actually, Lee, month is 5. The second month is a minimum of 3.
Oh, great. There you go. It gets better by the minute. Thank you, Mike. So you just heard it. The second month round, there's got to be a minimum of 3 live advertising their business within that. And again, there'll be plenty of help. If any of you are worried about that, don't be. There'll be plenty of help to show you how easy it is just to get 3 people to advertise their business on there and take advantage of obviously what's being done and the transparency and the results that they can then see in their business through having their business advertised on that website. Yeah, somebody said, is it better to have if somebody drops off? Yes, it's better to have more than 5. Of course, more the merrier. I think you're going to find it so easy to get people that they'll want to be getting you to do this. This is free marketing for them, for goodness sake. Why wouldn't they? Okay, question, to qualify for withdrawal. Yes, I think we've covered that. Won't go over those points again. Can the fees be paid via debit credit card? I guess he's referring, the question might be coming to, can you be, no, you can't at the moment if you're in the UK, clearly, because I don't think you can like through it, unless I'm wrong, Mike. I'm assuming that they can't use the supplied debit card for paying their fees from their back office. I think they've got to be doing that independently, but I may be wrong.
Okay, the initial fees?
No,
the initial fees obviously have to be paid up front. They're not going to let you run a credit. So you have to pay the initial station fee and e-wallet. If you're talking about the monthly builders charge, they are actually waived that right now because they're building a new back office and a new pay processor that's going to allow us to be paid every day. So they're still looking at that option. Although right now the monthly fee is actually waived. You do your first initial month when you come on board, but for the last few months that has been waived as they're switching over to a new processor. So.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. What else have we got here, guys? Keep the questions coming. Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. You're very welcome, Dion. I am trusting this because of Banner's Broker. I have a couple of questions. One, I did get started free, but my URL link doesn't come up with my name. Two, sign up free today and start earning tomorrow. Did 20 ratings and 3 reviews placed, but nothing showed my next day. So you cannot sign free. No, that's not true, Dion. You can. What you haven't done, unless I've misread something, is you've not actually put any seed money in. So quite simply, the aim would be, and I take your point, but if you're in the UK, you've got to wait for that money to arrive if you're having to wire it, but you can't earn daily ad revenue on money that you've not got in there. That's not possible. So, of course, you earn instantly as soon as the money is in there. So, great opportunity. 3, where can we get a copy of this webinar? As I've said, covered that. It's going to be in the group. Where is the info selling ad space to a company? Lots of questions here from Dion. How long do you have to upgrade? Well, you can upgrade, I believe, at any point. And yes, Leaf is compatible with the Android phones. So that's covered that. Brian, what have we got here from Brian? I signed up Friday night. We'll be sending cash as soon as my part-time banker Barclays opens tomorrow. Well done, Brian. My only concern now is the requirement for 5 qualified customers. Can you expand on how we achieve that? Brian, everybody will help you out in the group on that. If you do get stuck, more than happy. But quite simply, we just need to get 5 businesses that have websites just loaded in order for you. And bearing in mind, that's a qualification for withdrawing money. That's not a qualification for getting your daily ad revenue up and running. So if you're not planning on pulling money out tomorrow or the next couple of days, that isn't the primary concern for you, my friend. Let's just get you up and rolling and earning your revenue daily on your seed money as soon as it arrives. Awesome webinar, says Keith Lambert. Thank you very much. Let's assume I deposit $100 for initial seed money. Can I top it up? Yes, you can. Michael, correct me and jump in at any point if I've got things wrong. Forgive me, I'm obviously getting familiar myself with the system. But you can obviously continue to load money, bearing in mind that money is going to be loaded as your team grows, Johan. So you'll be getting 10% coming into your account from everybody else that's joining you. That then gets loaded to your, or you can load it to your advertising, and then obviously you're paid your revenue on that. I mean, it's quite astonishing.
A very good point, Lee. But one other thing, you're stressing that you have someone joins underneath you and you earn 10%. Well, when I invited Andrea and she came in with $1,000, I earned $100. But when Andrea invited Timothy came on. Andrea earned her 10%, but I also earned 5% of that instantly. So everyone gets paid down to 2 levels. And I'm telling you, folks, that just grows your account exponentially. Same with customers. When they have a customer come on board that pays advertising, you get 10% of that. Well, when Tim brings a customer, you get 10%. Well, when Andrea brings a customer, Tim earns 10% of that advertising, but you also earn 5% of that advertising. And if you're putting that into the flow, your ARV just grows unbelievably fast.
See, there's a key point I completely missed out and forgot that you have actually got that paid down. 2 levels as a starter. So if you're not a manager, it actually runs 3 levels as you move up the list. So if you're able to get the people starting, and as you know, by going in at $148, you've only got to find 3 people to join you to go to manager, and you'll find that actually pays down to 3 levels, I believe, in total. So you can see that by building the team, there's a real benefit, because that money that comes to you, the 10%, 5%, and so on, down the line, goes into your account for you to put into your advertising, for you to SWO on. And this is where it really starts to get very seriously. So you might say that your strategy is, Johann's, look, I'm going to start with 100. And somebody said to me earlier on, should I wait to come in with a large amount? No. Start now. Build your team. Start now. Build your team. And your $100, if you're coming in with that, very, very quickly. If you're making, somebody's coming in with 1,000, you get 10%. That's another 100 goes in, and so on. Suddenly, you've got a substantial amount in there that you're getting your daily ad revenue paid on. So don't wait, guys. You need to take action and get started instantly. Johan Sternberg said, I use Payzer, it worked perfectly. There you go. Johan's in South Africa, so it doesn't have a Payzer problem that they do in the UK, so great to hear. Can others purchase the sales funnels at a later date if they spend? Yes, guys, just talk to me individually. I'm here to help everybody out grow their business as much as I possibly can. So we'll do whatever we can to make those funnels available for everybody. Junaid asked, what is the Facebook name? I don't know whether Leaf have one at the moment. I'll be very surprised if they don't, Mike. But if you know what their Facebook page is, that somebody would like that information.
You would go to... hold on. Go to your next question, and I'll type it. I'll type it in the chat box here for everyone.
Will do, Mike. No problem. Thank you. What is the Facebook group? Can you use a debit card, Lee e-wallet? Hi, can you use a debit card, Lee e-wallet? Not sure what that means, Abdiaziz. If you could rephrase the question, I'll come back to that. Can you downgrade from a Builder 3 package to Builder 1? Not sure the answer to that. We'll ask Mike. I don't know whether you can. I'm sure you probably can, but I may be wrong on that.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Can you downgrade from Builder Package 3 to 1 in the meantime, or for the meantime?
Right now, whatever you initially, if you signed up with the 3, you're locked into a 3, but when they come up with the new office here in a few weeks, you'll be able to downgrade. I would recommend you follow Lee's guidance, come in with either the 20 or the 60. Really no reason to come in with the 120 right now.
There you go. I think Johan's
coming in with maybe $10 or so.
Johan's probably got carried away and got going. Don't worry about it, Johan. I think the new system's right behind it, so you will be able to drop down if you've already done so. Hi Lee, very exciting opportunity. What is the difference between a power funder and a prime founder? You don't need to come in as a power founder. It's $1,000. I think it just gives you greater discounts on monthlies and builder packages and so on. Mike may be able to add some meat to the bone on that.
You want me to? Yeah, there's a couple of major differences with the power founder. As you notice, it's $1,000. You get discounted for the executive, the senior executive. It's reduced from 15 down to 10, so a substantial reduction there. The other huge benefit, some people feel, me included, is you will be able to receive 2% of the company profits. That's divided up between the power founders. They are capping it at 1,000 people. You will receive 2% of the company profits for life.
Wow.
So that's your
that is
your
huge.
Other,
that is absolutely
advantages
huge
for a power founder.
Well, so those of you in funds, I think that's enormous. If they're only going to take 1,000 people, it's $1,000 to do that. I'll leave that to judgment call and a business call you need to make, but that is quite extraordinary. 2% on profit share maxed out at 1,000 people. So there's your answer for that. Let's have a look. Okay, now our own debit cards percentage 148 plus $12.95 plus $12 to get started. Yeah, Stephen, I think we've covered that. Is there any point of sowing if not funded any seed money? Maybe it's me, maybe I'm not quite as awake. Sharon's asked that. Is there any point of sowing if not funded Any seed money? Oh, swowing. Sorry, sowing. Okay, I've got it. I think you got the sowing. It's not sowing, it's swowing. SWO, which is what confused me. It will be your favourite phrase very soon. Everybody in the family will be completely sick of you swowing. But when you actually take them out shopping for the day or start booking your holidays, etc., they'll love you. No, there's no point swowing until you've got your seed money in. You can practice by all means. I don't think there's any other advantage to that. You've got to get your seed money in, but once it's in there, for goodness sake, don't forget. Okay, is there a shut-off date to get into your inner circle? There will be. I'm going to review it at the end of this week, simply because I did initially say there were 10. That's gone out the window. Everybody that's joining me directly, and obviously that's only appropriate if you can, then not a problem with that. The inner circle, we're doing it. It will include that advertising. I'm funding that advertising bundle myself on the basis that you would be joining me with a minimum of 1,000, which would help me with $100 to get into the business. I'm going to make the sales funnel available to everybody. I haven't gone through that yet, but that will be there for other people. Either there may be a smaller cost attached to it through easy traffic, which is not just me, but we'll deal with that as we go on. So just talk to me in person. So if I start with $48, can I upgrade as coming in? Good question, Mike. Somebody comes in with a 48 founder, can they upgrade?
Yes, as long as the is available. As I said, that can go away at any time. Most likely will go away with the new back office, if not sooner.
Yeah, the answer to that, guys, is, as Mike's just confirmed, at the moment the 148 there is an early bird that they've done to encourage you to come in at 148 and to be able to reduce the number of people you need to get into the business to 3 to earn 2.2% daily. That will be pulled. There's no question about that. Mike believes it's going to be when they introduce the new website, the new format. That could be in a week, it could be 10 days, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month. So they're not going to give away something for nothing. They don't need to. So the answer to that is come in at 148 if you can financially afford to do it. If not, 48 is where it is, and you just need to get 5 people to hit the 2.2. Lots of circles. Well, members that are not in your... Go on, Mike.
Leaf Vision /Leaf Vision.
Okay, Leaf Vision. So for those of you who want the Facebook name, it is Leaf Vision. I'm going to put that in here. Facebook name, Leaf. All one word, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Leaf Vision is the Facebook name. I'll make that page, I should say, the Facebook page, send to all. You should be able to see that, guys. I've put that in there. So that's where you want to go to have a look at the page. Fantastic. That's great. I'm going to rattle through these guys because I'm conscious you're here. I'm conscious it's late for some of you. Hi Lee, is it 5 people that have websites, or is it 5 people that you have to get to join in Leaf? No, you need to get 5 companies that have websites to be advertising within your business. Very straightforward to do. That enables you to cash out, providing you've got one person active in your business doing what you're doing on a daily basis. So that's the criteria.
Lee?
Yes.
My company, my internet marketing company, if you have a business, maybe a restaurant, hair salon, daycare center, whatever, that does not have a website, if they go to GoDaddy or any domain register and buy the domain, we will build them a 3-page website for free.
Wow.
Or any one of your team.
Another extraordinary turn of events. Yeah, website for free. So if you've got anybody that has a business, maybe a small one-man band that doesn't have a website running yet.
Hey, guys, I have sold approximately 4,000 of these 3-page websites for $500.
Wow. So you can't get much easier. We're trying to help you here as much as we possibly can. What Mike's just said is if you find people that would like to advertise but don't have a website, he'll build them one for free with a $500 value. It just gets better. Thank you, Mike. Great gesture. I really appreciate that. Let's have a look. It seems to be, let's have a look, that big earners will come from those that come in with 1,000 to 5,000. No, I don't agree with that at all, Stephen. I'm sorry about that, but you know I tell it as it is. Don't agree with that. I believe the big earners will come from people that come in and get started and they actually come in and build a team. That's what I believe. I believe that if you come in with $10, $50, $100, but you take this opportunity to other people. You'll have the webinar to show them, give them your link. They'll want to get started, and you're making 10% and then 5% of who they recommend to, and so on. That will absolutely boost your coffers in your advertising budget to earn the money on. So I don't think you need to be under pressure to find the big money. Of course, it's going to help you quickly, but I believe that those who come in and build a team around you, and we're going to help you and give you the tools to do that, are the people that are going to earn big money. If you can do both, of course, it's the best of both worlds. Can you use PayPal? No is the answer, I'm afraid. If you're struggling on funding and getting it funded, just talk to me or your inviter. We'll get that sorted for you. Don't worry. Just make the decision to come in, open the free account. That's the important thing. We have one position. We have put 2 people under with 10,000, and we put nothing in this position, but already have made 2,300. Someone just asked that question. Brilliant. Okay. I think the gist of that is that don't wait to get started. Just get involved and start earning. So it doesn't matter. Somebody there, Keith, has just said that, it's not about getting people in. It's getting people in who take action. Sorry, it's not about getting people in with high money. It's getting people in who do take action. If you've got the best of both worlds, then of course that's going to make a big difference. In my downarm, what is the meaning of customer and starter? Mike, you can probably better answer that. I know it shows in the back office on the network the difference between customer and starter. I think I've got the answer, but go ahead.
Customer is a free account right now. Basically, John comes underneath me. He is a customer. He is free, an affiliate, I guess you would say. A starter is someone who has started to move forward, and they have purchased their associate agreement, and if they've done it right, the e-wallet. And now you can't tell, unfortunately, right now. That's why they're going to a new back office. You cannot tell if a starter has purchased advertising until you see it in your back office. But that will soon change here. But that's the difference between a starter. A starter is someone who is moving forward from the free account and going into earning the 5 different ways, moving forward with hopefully purchasing advertising.
Outstanding, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That's a great explanation. Barbara Rowing is dancing around the room at the moment because she is a power founder. She is going to get 2% of the profits. She's one of the 1,000. Congrats, Barbara. Great start. That's the way. Take action. Get in if you can do it, guys. I'm serious about this. This is, I believe, I said this on Friday, I believe that this is going to really put the likes of Banners, Broker, and so on into perspective. This is.
You mind if I tell a short story?
You go ahead, Mike.
I have a gentleman team. Him and his wife, within a matter of a week, were both laid off of their job. And he had unemployment, so it wasn't earth-shattering, but he was really concerned because he wanted to start out with more, but it just wasn't feasible because he was waiting for Banners Broker to come out and get his check. But he wanted to take action. He put in $276.50. That's what he could put in. He figured out. But he went out and he talked to people. And I have a gentleman who lives in Australia who's put in $10,000. But the gentleman in Australia, because he's traveling a lot, he hasn't had time yet. He's trying to build his team, so he's slowed a few, every day. The gentleman who's put $250 in change is $600 less in our RV in just 6 months. He built his account up because he did a little extra work. He just talked to people, and he used the system kind of like what Lee's going to give you and show you and share with you. So, yes, you can come in with a larger amount, and without a doubt, it will just, you have an extra lap on the Indy 500. But that doesn't mean you can't catch the leader. It doesn't mean you can't. It's just you have to work a little bit harder. But it's the money amount gives you a jump start. But if you work the system that Lee's talking about, you can get manager. You can hit that 200,000 cap. You just got to, watch a few less TV shows for a few weeks.
Mike, somebody just asked here, thank you for that, how to upgrade from 148 to the 1,000 Power Founder. Is it fairly straightforward to do that? Is there a button that they can just move to?
You click the button.
Okay, that's pretty.
And they have to pay with a wire transfer. They will not take a credit card for that if you live in this. It's because of that you can wire transfer it in, and you're good to go.
Great. Okay, I'm going to rattle through these last few guys. Any others? Conscious of time, Mike's time especially. You guys there, it's getting late. Johan's just said he's managed to downgrade from Builder 3 to Builder 1. Congrats. So obviously he's done that. Not sure how he's done it, but well done for that. What will the new fee be when 148 goes? Well, it'll be 48. Whether they introduce a new fee alternative, this is there as an incentive at the moment to come in and be able to get an offer to reduce the number of people you need to bring in from 5 to 3. That's it. It'll drop back to 48 unless we hear otherwise. Let's move on. I have 4 in my downline, but I'm still at the 1.5%. I did pay the 148 at startup. Why is it not generating 2%? Good question, Mike.
Yes, if you look at, I would encourage everyone, when you log into the back office, click on training, go to opportunity, and you'll see the lease compensation plan. There's a couple of requirements besides the number of people. One is each leg. If you've upgraded, you have 5 legs. If you reduce it, you get the early bird, you need 3 legs. But then each of those 3 people must also have 2 people underneath them. So you have to help your team bring in people. And then there's a dollar amount for that leg to have in generated revenue. Each leg must have a total of $20,000. Now, $20,000, when we first started, I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. But actually, when you look at the when you look at the daily repurchases of the advertising, each leg hitting $20,000 with one person and having a couple people, it's a matter of time. If that leg started with, say, $5,000 and a couple people started with $1,000, you're looking at maybe 45 days. If they each one started with $100, well, you're looking at maybe a lot longer. So each leg has to have, each person is a leg in your downline. You need 3 people that must have 2 people underneath them. And as soon as that leg hits accumulation of $20,000, and you can look at the compensation plan, the requirement, then that will automatically promote you to the manager. It's just not 3 people. That wouldn't be very sustainable. But the deal is, as Lee said, once you get the people, the money, those numbers will come. For some, it'll come quicker because they started with larger, or they're building their team faster, whatever the case may be. But it will happen. So getting the people is what most people feel is the biggest challenge. And once you get the people, then it's just a matter of time, depending on your seed money and the swelling effect. So hope that answers that question.
Thanks, Mike. That's great. People are saying it's Vision Leaf for the Facebook page, etc. Fine. If that is the case, I'm going to keep going, guys. I need to get through this for you. Highly amazing opportunity. Looking forward to be working with you, guys. I'm going to give you a link in a second for those of you that haven't been invited here by anybody else. So please don't go anywhere. Please make sure you click on that. Okay, there's still a few here. I'm going to try and pick some of these up. We just covered that. What if you don't want to recruit and you make and withdraw money? Well, the bottom line, guys, is to withdraw money, you need 1 person. Sharon, not a problem to get you 1 person into your team. So there should be no issue with that. That's not really recruiting. You've been doing somebody an injustice by not talking to somebody else about this. So I think you'd be able to find the 1 person. But if you struggled and you've got lots of money you want to withdraw, just let somebody know. You're invited, whomever else. I'm sure they'll quite happily find you 1 person. Okay, we've covered that. I think we've covered that. Apologies for the pauses in between. Can I buy for family members, girlfriends, 2 sons, 1 disabled, so we're looking for income opportunities for him? Well, yeah, I think you can. I don't think there's a problem with that. Dion, they've got to have their own accounts. You can't start running multiple accounts. You can have a second account in somebody else's name with an LLC, a separate company, limited company in the UK as it's described. But of course, yes, there's no reason why I don't, unless Mike jumps in and tells me, there's no reason why you can't give funds to somebody else to help them open their account or assist them to open their account. As long as the account is in their name, all you would do is put money into their account and they would wire it in from their account. I don't see any issue.
They do have legal aid of the side, and that's all.
Okay, there you go. So that should be fine. I see this webinar on Facebook. Who do I join under, etc.? Well, my link's coming up now, Steve. So here we go. Do click on that. Be delighted to have you on board. Okay. No, in order to wire the money in, you've spoken to your bank, then you need to print off the form. Go to Money. I believe there's a form in the back office under the left-hand side. Click Money. I did mention it earlier. Follow the instructions through. It'll give you the wiring instructions where to send the money, and that is it, quite simply. Guys, I'm almost there. Okay, just explain that one. Got that.
The wiring, Lee, is a little bit more complicated. Some people do. You go into the back office and you print out the form. It gives you the information you need to give to the bank. Once you get that wire done, then the bank will give you, at least in the United States, I'm not sure what they call it in the UK, but basically a confirmation number. And that confirmation number, then you go back into the back office and you click the funds have been sent, and there's a short little few boxes you fill out. So it's a two-step process, but once you do that, then it takes approximately 7 business days.
Great, thank you, Mike. Guys, there's a lot of support here in the back office. I'm just going to take you through, for those of you who want to get started, here is my link. Now, can I just reiterate, what I want you to do now, thanks for staying with us, is you contact the person that invited you to this evening's webinar. Speak to them. If they don't wish to get started or are taking too long to get started, give them 48 hours. Then here is my link there. You can write that down. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. Pick it up and just type that in and send it out to everybody. So you're more than welcome to join me. I look after my team in lots of different ways, but most of the people, I have to say, in this group do exactly the same. So make sure you contact your inviter. I'm just putting that link in there for you. If you want to join me, be delighted for you to join me in my team. Just checking that that's right before I hit the button, and I've sent that out to everybody. Guys, that's pretty much it. We've gone on. We've covered just about everything. There's going to be ongoing training. There will be ongoing webinars done regularly. Mike and I are going to be working on a new strategy to make sure that you're aware of the webinar times in your own country. So they will be adjusted for your own times for you to be able to go out and start inviting other people to see this presentation. Well, all I can say to you guys is that from what we've seen and what I've shown you, I expect you to be jumping all over this. This is an extraordinary opportunity to get in with the right business at the right time. It really is the right time. You're on the ground floor of a company that is going to go places, and I have got huge faith that this could be an enormous success for you if you just follow in the footsteps of what we've been doing with the other businesses. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's just keep doing what we're doing that we know is successful, and you can see the exponential potential that's here with this business. Mike, thank you for your time once again. Really appreciate you giving up some time on a Sunday to help the team out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you've got any questions, I'm now going to get dragged out by my wife immediately, so I will answer them later today. But feel free, you can Skype me, you can Facebook me, you can private message me through the Facebook group. I'd be delighted to help you in any way I can. Thanks for listening, and that's pretty much it till now, and we'll speak to you soon.
The organizer has